Hi, everyone. It's Mr. Myers here. I'm here to talk to you today about how to complete the audition process in this virtual world for all of our productions in the 2020-2021 school year. It is different than it has been in the years past, but if you follow this video along, you're going to be just fine. There are a couple of extra steps because of the recordings that we're going to be doing. So make sure that you're following along and doing each step as it's prescribed. There is one general form for this year that you will fill out one time that will give you permission to audition for any show. And then for each specific show, there will be a separate form for that audition process. So here we go. So for each audition or to audition for any shows this year, you need to complete this Google form. And a separate signature is required because we don't have signatures and we're not collecting papers. We got to do it digitally. So I'm going to walk you through this Google form for general auditions. Once you do this form, you can complete any steps that are required for each specific show. So here we go. This is the 2020-2021 OHS Theater Participation Form. This form is for both actors and technicians. So make sure that you're filling this form out, even if you're a technician. It talks to you about it is incredibly important for students and guardians to carefully read over all this information. Please do so. I am not going to do it in this video. It would take too long. Okay. Before completing this form, you need to read the production participation permissions form, which is linked right here. Okay. If you click that, it's going to open a CAMI document for you, which looks like this. Skip that loading process, my goodness. This document is very important for you to read over with your adult guardians. It just talks about production participation permissions, talks about our mission here at the top. It talks a little bit about what full distance learning virtual productions are going to look like here in the second paragraph. And then it talks to you about what my expectations are for you as a student actor or a student technician in any production. Read through these very carefully. There is some expectations that I have for you, both personally and in classes, because plays are privileges, right? So we're not going to take advantage of those privileges by neglecting the things that we're supposed to be doing, like schoolwork. So read through all of these steps. This last statement is really important this year. All students who participate in performances at OHS will be video and or audio recorded for the purposes of these full distance virtual productions. Agreeing to be in a production is agreement to the use of your student's image and or voice in advertisement and streaming production online. If you are not okay with your voice or face being recorded for production, this is not going to be the year for you. Okay. I'm sorry, but we'll get through this. Okay. By signing below, you are stating that you and your student have read all of this. If you've got questions, you can click on this email. I have a separate video of how to fill this out right here that you can watch. It's like 2.5 minutes. It talks to you about using text boxes and the signature button. That's all you have to do. Once you do that, you're going to save that form by clicking up here in the upper right-hand corner on the save icon, and then it's going to prompt you to save it to your Google Drive, in which case you will attach it to this form at the end. Let's go. The first section is all about the student information. Please double check everything is spelled correctly and use capitals. So I am just going to fill this out really quickly as we go through here so that it'll allow me to move on. Your email address needs to be an email address that you check. I encourage you just to put your school email address in there. Anything specific? Have you paid for ASB this year? This is important. We are an ASB funded club and organization as Drama Club, and all of our productions are put on through ASB funds. It is important that you pay into ASB funds in order for us to take money out. It's kind of like, it's a necessity. So I encourage you to pay those if you haven't already. If you have a financial hardship, please click the other and just tell that to me here. Okay. After doing that, you're just going to go through and fill out your information, making sure you're going through this. Cash shirts are a little bit different this year. You're going to tell me right now if you would like a cash shirt, okay? That way I can make the orders without waiting. Cash shirts usually cost $10 per student to help offset the overall cost of ordering them and shipping them. Cash shirts are fun. They're great to have and keep. But if you check no here, just know that that's going to be no for each production that you're in this year. Okay. So maybe think about that. I want to be able to order these as quickly as we can because the production cycle is shorter this year. So just think about that as you're going forward. If you click yes, please fill out your shirt size here. Unlike years in the past, this form will only be needed to fill out one time throughout the school year. Students will complete a separate form to submit their audition and virtual productions. That form, along with the audition requirements, will change based on each show. The third section is all about guardian information. So you're going to put this in here. I'm going to fill it out really quickly so that we can get through this. Primary phone number and email address will be important this year. Email more so than phone. But email will be the primary source of contact. The next section is all about your previous experience. Don't worry if you don't have any previous play experience, that is fine. All of this information on this page is optional. So if you don't have any previous play experience, you can just leave it all blank and go to the next section. If you do have previous play experience, make sure that you're filling this out as number 1 being the most recent, number 2 being the next most recent, and 3 and so on. I'm looking for play title, character played, or tech position held, director, school, and producing organization. If include the city if it was outside of Olympia, please. Click next. The last step is the agreement. Okay, you're already here. If you, by agreeing, clicking the box below, you agree that all the information that you provided is correct and completely accurate, you click yes. If you agree that all the information is correct and accurate, you will need to upload your CamiSign production permissions form here by clicking this add file. And then there is a way that you can go right to your Google Drive, which is where you should have saved it. Or you could, if you saved it to your desktop, you can do that and upload it here as well. And then you're going to click upload, and then it's going to require you to do this. You click submit, and then you're finished with this form. Great job. You're all done. Now that you're done with that process, there is a secondary form for each specific show. I thought that that would be the easier technique this year since we're fully virtual, that you would just need to fill out that form one time, and then you could go in for each specific show, especially since shows might require different types of submissions, audio or video or scene work. It just makes it easier for me to make all of those videos separately and have one general audition video. Great job. I wish you many broken legs in this audition process, and I can't wait to see what you submit.